Hi friends, this is Hannah and welcome to my watercolor sketchbook tour. This has been way overdue. I was supposed to do this last May, but a lot of things happened, so I guess we're gonna do this in June instead. Before I begin, I would like to point out first of all that the stickers on these pages were not made by me. They were given to me by my friends, and I would link their social media handles in the description of this video. On this first page, of course, I swatched my paints first because that's what you're supposed to do whenever you buy a new type of paper, or in this case, this new sketchbook thing. You need to swatch your colors first so you'll get an idea of how the paints work on the paper, and when you end up coloring a sketch you'll do later, you won't get any nasty surprises, because if you do end up messing up your colors later on, it'll just be a waste of time and you end up feeling really frustrated. For my first real painting in this sketchbook, it's a drawing of Yobikuni from Onyoji. I think this is her winter skin. I used gold paint on this one, and I remember painting this after my psychology class like 2 semesters ago, I think. Next up, we have this painting of Violet Evergarden. If my 10-year-old self were to see this, she would probably freak out, because this is how 10-year-old me would have wanted to learn how to paint. Next up, we have these two paintings, and if you look closely, you can actually see that I used the same colors for these two because I didn't want to waste too much paint. And then we have these paintings of dogs because I love dogs. These are actually my cousin's dogs that I think she gave up for adoption. I hope they were adopted to loving homes. And then we have this painting of my relatives. I don't really know how to explain this in English, but for my English speaking friends, let's just pretend that they're trying to braid each other's hair. But for my friends in the Philippines, nagkukutuhan lang talaga sila. Next up, we have this painting of Toga because I'm a weeb and I love her. And then we have this painting of a beach because when I was in Marinduque, I actually went snorkeling all by myself. And then I swam through the seagrass, and then I saw a lot of diadema and a lot of fish, and it was fun. And then we have these studies. I was in line for something and I was bored. They didn't turn out really well, but that's the point of doing studies and keeping a sketchbook in general. You're supposed to just play around with drawing, and you're not supposed to feel pressured with making sure that everything looks rendered and nice. Anyway, here's this painting of an anatomically incorrect bird. Then we have more notes because, well, these pages didn't turn out right. And then we have more notes and this beer tower that I drew back in December because my classmates from high school decided to get together to go to a nearby bar. I don't really like alcohol, so I just ended up painting this beer tower. And here's a painting of a lizard because lizards are cute. Next up, we have paintings of food because I like eating food and painting food. The one on the right, I think, was supposed to be chicken balls, but I totally messed up. I'm so sorry, guys. These are my paintings for my invertebrate class because we were supposed to draw the specimens in the lab. I quickly gave up on drawing my specimens on this notebook because uh, the paper actually doesn't let the paint dry too quickly, so I did end up just painting over my notes. This was supposed to be Sophie Turner, but I made her hair too brown. We have my friend Diane's hand holding a chocolate chip cookie. We were at the coffee shop and she wanted to eat a cookie, and I decided that I wanted to paint her holding that cookie. And we have a painting of my face because I'm a narcissist. Enough about that. We have a painting of Ash. This was actually my first attempt at trying to paint Ash on watercolor paper. Of course, I have to paint Deku because I love Deku. I love him so much. And this is my friend Jay. He happily volunteered to allow me to paint his face. Thank you so much. Next, we have this painting of Yitlong that I painted while eating cheap sushi all by myself. The gastropod on the other page is not meant to be a representative of any species of gastropod, so let's just pretend that doesn't exist. No boy, we have Italia. 6 years ago, I was drawing Italia. 6 years after that, I'm still drawing Italia. And then I painted Arthur after that. And then we have Pride and Prejudice fan art because Lizzie met up with Mr. Darcy in this field. That was the best scene in the movie. Surprise! I tried to draw Arthur again, but I clearly ended up giving up. And then we have a painting of Dramatic Dandy on Twitter. And next up, we have this painting of Ariana Grande from God is a Woman because I really like that song. That's all there is to it. And I really like the music video. I think it's cool. Next up, I tried to draw Sakura for Christmas. And at that time, I thought I was going to make it till the end of the year. And I was going to be able to upload a sketchbook tour by January. But, well, we can see now that that obviously didn't happen, did it? And then we have more notes because I forgot my notebook that day. And we have Ash and AJ. I swear AJ was not meant to look at Ash like that on purpose. I just drew AJ first and I didn't know what I was going to draw on the other page. And now we have finally reached the best page in this watercolor sketchbook. Commission me, guys, okay? Sorry. So I can feed my makachin. Next, all the drawings that follow will look lackluster in comparison because they don't have makachin in them. There's this water study that I did. At least I'm better at coloring water now than I was last year. And we have the painting of Daenerys because I love Daenerys. I hate season 8 of Game of Thrones. Can I just... And lastly, I attempted to paint an Ash cosplayer. It didn't turn out well. I'm so sorry. And I guess that ends my watercolor sketchbook tour. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me, the PDF version of this watercolor sketchbook will be available for sale on my Gumroad. I'll be linking it in the description of this video. Hopefully next year I will be able to do another one of these tours, and hopefully next year I'll be able to see some improvement in my own painting. Thank you so much for listening to my bad English, guys, and see you in the next one.